What's going on, guys? Welcome to the newest episode of Exploring Comics. Today we are going to take a deep dive into Billy Batson. Yes, we're going to take a deep dive into Shazam. We're going to talk about the history and origin of Shazam. So let's strap right in and find out what makes this badass superhero tick. Guys, before we go any further, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the videos we put out every week. Make sure you guys hit that bell so you can join the notification squad, get hit up every time we get a new video out. There's that. Before we get to the origin of Shazam, let me explain why some people still call him Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel, Shazam, was actually first created by Fawcett Comics, and when they first created him, they wanted to call him Captain Thunder, and they actually went to go name him Captain Thunder, but yet there was another character named Captain Thunder. So, Captain Marvel. There was a big issue, and DC ended up suing Fawcett Comics, saying that Captain Marvel was just too much of a carbon copy of Superman. And Fawcett Comics ended up settling with DC Comics out of court for $400,000. Along with this, they agreed to never make a Captain Marvel comic again. Fawcett Comics would go under, and 1960s would roll around, and without Fawcett Comics using the name Captain Marvel, Marvel Comics created a character and named him Captain Marvel. Now, Marvel was able to do this because the trademark Captain Marvel had lapsed since Fawcett Comics had gone out of business. Now, Marvel's character was not the exact same. He was a Kree warrior that went by Marvel. But DC did own the rights to Captain Marvel as a character. Now, when they went to go restart it and re-release it, the new trademark was owned by Marvel Comics, which was Captain Marvel. So DC was left with no other options than to change his name, and they decided to go with the name that he screamed out to get his powers, Shazam. Okay, now that that mess is out of the way, let's get to his origin. Billy Batson was a young boy with a great heart, just a pure, honest heart. Billy was an all-around good kid, but he did run into tragedy when his parents were killed by their assistant, Theo Adam, who would later on be revealed as Black Adam, the arch nemesis of Shazam. In lieu of his parents' death, Billy was separated from his sister Mary, and he was sent to live with his uncle. Now, this uncle was not a good guy. He actually went on to steal Billy's inheritance and then throw him out into the streets. Now, Billy was living on the streets, and he had to do what he had to do to get by. So he started selling newspapers on the corner just to make a little money. One day while he was working, a creepy cloaked man would lead him into the subway and down into a part of the subway that he had never seen before. When they got down into the subway, he actually saw a magical train covered in hieroglyphics sitting before him. The cloaked figure and Billy would jump on the train and follow it down to the very end, where you would run into an open cavern. When Billy stepped out, he saw 7 statues standing before him, the 7 enemies of man. This would be where Billy would meet the wizard Shazam. Now, Shazam would reveal to Billy that he had been watching him for some time, and he had actually been very impressed with all the different things that he had had to go through in his young life. And he'd still kept such a pure heart. Shazam had determined that Billy was worthy of receiving the power of the elders. Now, Shazam's name broken down actually means each of the names of the elders, as they consider them. Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. Shazam. All Billy had to do was speak the name of the wizard out loud, and he would transform into Shazam, at that time Captain Marvel. After the ancient wizard Shazam bestowed these gifts on Billy, he actually passed away. But don't worry, his ghost actually did stay around for quite some time and mentor Billy. But Shazam's powers would actually be able to be spread to other people, such as his sister Mary and his friend Freddie Freeman. And together, they would form the Captain Marvel family. But no matter where his story went, no matter where it had gone, the New 52 always shows up and decides to throw a wrench into everything. Let's check out what it did. In the New 52 story, Billy Batson is actually an orphan and is one of the oldest children at the orphanage with no hopes of being adopted. Even with his attitude, Billy is adopted out to the Vasquezes. Now, they actually have a bunch of other children that they have brought into their home. Now, when they get Billy home, they do introduce him to the rest of the family, and that includes Mary, Darla, Freddie Freeman, Eugene, and Pedro. He treats everyone like crap and acts just like a little douchebag. And he ends up just telling all the kids that you're not even family, you're not even related, and I'm never going to be a part of this freaky little family. He caused a huge scene in the house and blew up and ended up leaving the house just to regret what he had said to Darla later on to himself, showing he still has a conscience. We later see Billy running from a couple of bullies, and he actually tries to escape them any way he can. He runs down into the subway and jumps down into the subway tracks when a magical train just forms around him. Then the magical subway doors open. Billy gets on. The train leads to what is revealed to be Shazam's fortress. The wizard Shazam is alive and well, and this is his fortress, the Rock of Eternity. A voice calls to Billy and leads him down the deep hallway. Nearing the end of his walk, Billy sees an old man sitting on a stone throne. The wizard Shazam explains that he is the last of his brethren. The rest of them were murdered off by his last champion, Black Adam. He has chosen Billy to be his next champion, the protector of the realm of magic. The wizard Shazam looks deep inside Billy to see if he is 100% pure of heart. But Billy fails this test. But Billy would not give in. He argues with the wizard. He tells him that the world today is not as easy as it used to be. The world today makes everyone jaded in some way. Why did he fail? Why? Shazam decides to give Billy a chance and that he does deserve to get these powers. He tells Billy to say his name, Shazam, with vigor and feeling, and he will transform and gain his full potential. Billy says the word, Shazam! And transforms into the protector of magic, Shazam. Right in front of Billy's eyes, Shazam fades away shouting, "You are the Earth's last line of defense." Now let's break down each one of Shazam's powers individually. He has the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. But all in all, Shazam has proven time and time again that he is a worthy hero. He has been through the ringer, obviously becoming Captain Marvel, then not becoming Captain Marvel, then becoming Shazam, and then all that crap in the middle, guys. It has been a road, but Captain Marvel is a really cool character. Now, another really cool thing about this is, as of this moment, they are actually starting shooting for the Shazam movie. And Zachary Levi is playing Shazam, and I'm super pumped on it. It's going to be a really cool movie. I'm excited to see the character come to real life, and we're finally going to get to see Shazam. Now, guys, we are going to finally get to see Shazam in a live-action film, which is, for me, super huge, because I've been a Shazam fan for a long time. I love the character all in all. Billy Batson is an amazing character himself, but when he transforms into Shazam, he's 10 times better. Guys, let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Exploring Comics and the history and origin of Shazam. What'd you guys think about it? Let me know down in the comments down below, guys. If there's any other characters you'd like to see a origin history for, put it down in the comments below and I'll get to it as soon as I can, guys. But without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Patreon and all our other social media links that I will have linked down in the description. Also, check us out on Teespring and get one of your own NerdManDrew t-shirts. Yes, guys, we have a whole list of t-shirts and everything available on Teespring. Go check it out. I'll have it linked in the description below. But thank you guys very much for tuning in, and I will see you next time right here on NerdManDrew for another episode of Exploring Comics. All right, guys. Peace out.
Yo.